Have you ever been trying to come up with topics for your podcast? Or maybe ideas for your next YouTube video, but you're staring at a blank screen and the cursor blinking back and forth? If that's the case, we've got you covered here today. We're going to walk you step by step through the process of not only identifying some key topics, subjects, and even titles to those videos and podcasts that will get people to click on them, but also help you along in the process while making it personalized to you. If you're ready to do that with us, let's jump right into OpenAI.com.
Now that you're at OpenAI.com, click on Try ChatGPT. Once you create a free account, this is the screen that's going to pop up for you. But just a few things before we get started. Make sure you give it as much detail as possible. You'll get better at it as you go. Here are a few examples of how you can actually start a prompt. I'm a life coach for entrepreneurs. I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm a business coach for moms. Then we can actually ask it to do something for us. Again, you want to be as detailed as possible. For example, I'm a business coach for moms. What are 5 things I can talk about on my YouTube channel? When you click enter, you're going to get a response. It's super quick. Here, it gives you lots of great examples that you can use for your YouTube channel. And you can use this information in a lot of different ways. Now, how about for a podcast? You want to come up with some podcast ideas. You can type in, I'm a life coach for entrepreneurs. What are some of the podcast episodes I can create? And when you click enter, it'll share with you what it's come up with. Now, you can also be really specific as to how many ideas you want, or you can just let it give you as many as it wants.
So many powerful topics that are here. But let's go a little bit deeper. Now, when it comes to creating podcast titles, as well as YouTube video ideas, we want to make sure that we're using curiosity so that people want to actually click, listen, and watch our video through to the end. Let's say, for example, I'm a leadership coach, and I'm going to create 5 YouTube video ideas around how to motivate people you're leading. I would write in, I'm a leadership coach. Can you create 5 YouTube ideas that create curiosity around the topic of how to motivate people you are leading? So once you hit enter, it's going to start giving you a bunch of ideas that are based off of creating curiosity. Now, you can also do this with your podcast. What if you're a life coach for entrepreneurs and you want to create 5 podcast titles? Here's how you could do it. So I'm a life coach for entrepreneurs. Can you create 5 podcast titles that create curiosity around how to find more customers? And in the matter of 30 seconds, you have 5 powerful ideas. And remember, the more specific you can get, the better it can help you. As a matter of fact, the more questions that you ask it, the more specific it starts to get because it will begin to understand the types of questions that you're focusing on. Now, you might get to this point and wonder, what am I supposed to say in my video or on my podcast? Don't worry, it can help you do that too. Now, there is one caveat to this where I highly suggest that you make it personalized for you and your specific situation so that you're not feeling like you have to be like someone else. But here's an idea. Create a list of 5 bullet points on habits that the most successful business owners use. Now, you can even ask it to write you your podcast show notes, your video description, the title for your podcast, or even an email that you want to write to your subscribers about the release of the show. Now, if you do have a podcast, you might actually worry about what are some of the questions that you should be asking during the show. Don't worry, because they got you covered too. You can ask it, can you give me 10 questions I can ask my podcast guests for my show that will help the audience get to know them? It is that simple. Now, you might get to this point and wonder about some other ways that you can create content that is more specific to you, your story, and your own personal experiences. Because a part of this process is teaching and training. The other part of it is getting people to know, like, and trust you. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Teresa and I did a workshop recently where we shared how to create amazing content for your business that really resonates with your followers so you never get stuck again. Tap the screen to check it out. Thank you for being here and keep leading from the front.